Welcome to the discussion on structure passing by reference to a function. So in this concept, we will create an alias of the structure variable, the structure object, and that alias will be pointing to the same object which has been created in the main function from where we will actually call the function. So let's see how can we create this concept using C++ language while passing the structure to a function by reference. So you can see here we have a structure of student where we have ID variable, name, and OB. So these are the data members of the student structure. So student is actually the user defined data type. Okay, then we have a user defined function which actually prints the variable, the data members inside the object st. So st is a type of student. Okay, and student is user defined data type. Here you can see we have coded reference operator in the prefix of the object or of the variable. Here you can see. So what does it mean? It means that this will receive the address. This will receive the address of another similar type variable. What does it mean by similar type? It means that another variable should also be of type students. Then we can pass the reference to the alias to the variable st. So this variable will be pointing to the same location where the actual variable will be pointing. So you can see that this can also be called as an alias. Alias is actually a nickname of another variable. Okay, so we are printing, because this is a simple variable, but alias, so therefore we must use the dot operator while calling the data member of the object. So let's see how can we call this function from the main function. So in the main function we have object s1 of type student. Okay, and then we have assigned some values into the object using the dot operator and assignment operator. Okay, and then we are passing s1 object into the print function, into the user defined function. So what will happen, that the address of s1 will be copied to the st. So this is a bit different from the pointer. That pointer actually save the address as a value, while an alias, it does not save the address, but it is an extra name, another name of the same location. Okay, so let's see how it happens in the memory. So let me draw it. So here you can see that when the main function is to be executed, during that execution, an object of s1 will be created in the RAM. Okay, and that object will have three data members, the ID, name, and OB. Okay, and then we will assign some values. So just like this, ID is equal to 2, name is equal to Ahmad, and OB is equal to 50. So this is now a copy, an object of S1 in the RAM, in the memory. Okay, and we are going to declare an alias of S1, by passing this S1 to the user defined function. And here you can see we have coded the reference operator before st, so it means that we want to create another name of the same location. So another name should be st of this location. One thing should be noted here, that through st we can access the same location from the user defined function and not from the main function. Okay, because this st is defined in the user defined function, and it is the scope of the st is only this block, but still we are able to access this object of st which is being defined here, but with the name of st from the user defined function. Okay, and s1 through s1 actually, we can access the location, we can access this object in the main function only and not from the user defined function, okay? Because s1 is local to the main function. s1 has the scope only to the main function. So this variable can be used in the main function, st can be used in the user defined function. Okay, so here we are, declaring a nickname, an alias of the same location. So therefore, it means that when we call the st.id, so it means that we are actually want to print the value id is equal to 2 of the same object. There is no another object, okay? We are printing the same name and we are going to print the same value of OB, the obtained marks. And if you want to change the values in that object, in that space of the RAM, you can do it even from the user defined function just by writing, st.id is equal to 12. So it means that you are changing the value of id in the same location where we have only, the location which has name s1 in the main function. So what will happen? This 2 will be replaced with 12. So if you come back to the main function after calling the user defined function and you try to print out the value of, and you try to print out the value of id, so you will see that the id value has been updated to 12 and you will see 12 on the screen. So this is how we pass the structure to a function by reference, by declaring the alias of the the actual variable. So this st is the alias of s1. There is another way and a very similar way, a very similar concept that we can pass the object from here. Actually, the address of this object will be passed to the user defined function and we will cache that address in the pointer and then we will access to the same location. And that concept is going to be discussed in the next lecture, in the next video. So stay tuned with us. And if you have any question regarding this concept or structure passing to a function by reference, so kindly ask me below in the comments. Thank you very much.